Imagine a day when millions of people across Spain, and many more around the world, pause to watch a single ceremony. Church bells ring, historic streets fill with spectators, heads of state and royal families arrive from across Europe, and centuries of tradition meet the expectations of a modern nation. That day has not yet been scheduled, but whenever Princess Leonor, the Princess of Asturias, marries, it is likely to become one of the most significant royal events in modern Spanish history. Why would one wedding receive such extraordinary attention? The answer goes far beyond romance. As the heir to the Spanish throne, Princess Leonor's future marriage would symbolize continuity, stability, and the next chapter of Spain's constitutional monarchy. The importance begins with her unique position. Princess Leonor is the eldest daughter of King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia, and she is first in the line of succession to the Spanish throne. Since childhood, she has been preparing for a role unlike any other in the country. Her education, military training, constitutional studies, and growing public responsibilities are all part of that preparation. Unlike most weddings, a future royal wedding involving the heir to the throne would carry constitutional and national significance. While marriage is a personal decision, the future queen also represents the Spanish state. That means the occasion would naturally become an event of national interest, bringing together history, tradition, and public celebration. Another reason the wedding would be historically significant is that Spain has not witnessed the wedding of a future queen regnant for generations. Royal history has included kings, queens, princes, and princesses, but Princess Leonor belongs to a new chapter in the monarchy. Her future wedding would mark an important milestone in preparing for the eventual transition from one reign to the next. The ceremony itself would likely combine centuries-old traditions with modern elements. Spain has a rich royal heritage, and many ceremonial customs have been preserved over time. At the same time, recent royal events have shown that the monarchy continues to evolve alongside Spanish society. Any future wedding would likely reflect both respect for tradition and the values of a contemporary constitutional monarchy. International attention would also make the event remarkable. Royal weddings bring together monarchs, presidents, prime ministers, diplomats, and representatives from around the world. If Princess Leonor were to marry, the guest list would likely include members of many European royal families as well as international dignitaries. Such gatherings are not only ceremonial but also opportunities for diplomacy and cultural connection. The public response would be another defining feature. Royal occasions often inspire celebrations in cities and towns throughout Spain. Streets may be decorated, public viewing areas organized, and communities brought together to witness a moment that becomes part of the nation's collective memory. For many citizens, such events are not only about the royal family but also about national history and shared traditions. The wedding would also highlight the remarkable journey of Princess Leonor herself. From her first public appearances as a young princess to delivering official speeches and completing military training, the Spanish public has watched her gradually assume greater responsibilities. Her wedding would represent another milestone in that lifelong preparation for the crown. Media coverage would undoubtedly be extensive. Broadcasters from across Europe and beyond would likely provide live coverage, highlighting the ceremony, the traditions, the guests, and the historic locations. Interest would extend far beyond Spain because royal events often attract audiences fascinated by history, culture, fashion, architecture, and diplomacy. Another important aspect would be the symbolism of continuity. Constitutional monarchies rely on stability across generations. A future royal wedding would reassure many observers that the institution continues preparing for the future while respecting its past. It would symbolize not only the personal happiness of the future queen but also the enduring nature of the crown. The event could also showcase Spain to a global audience. Historic landmarks, cultural traditions, music, art, and hospitality would likely feature prominently throughout the celebrations. Similar to other major royal ceremonies around Europe, the occasion could strengthen international interest in Spain's heritage and tourism. It is also worth remembering that, despite all the ceremony and symbolism, Princess Leonor is an individual whose future marriage remains a personal decision. As of today, there has been no announcement regarding an engagement or wedding plans. Any discussion of her future wedding is necessarily about its potential historical significance rather than predicting when, where, or to whom it may occur. That distinction is important because it allows us to appreciate the constitutional and historical importance of the occasion without speculating about private matters. Ultimately, Princess Leonor's future wedding would likely be remembered as much more than a royal celebration. It would represent continuity between generations, the evolution of Spain's constitutional monarchy, and a moment when history and modern life come together before the eyes of the world. Whenever that day eventually arrives, it is likely to become one of the defining royal events of its era, not because of spectacle alone, but because it will mark another important step in the story of Spain's future queen and the institution she is preparing to serve.